the most expensive area of Phoenix, and what is the least expensive, and what is the median home price in the Phoenix area. I'm covering all that information today, so if that's interesting to you, make sure you stay tuned. Hey everyone, I'm Caitlin McKegg. I'm a realtor here in Phoenix, Arizona. This is Zoe. She came in to say hi today. We haven't seen her for a while because I'm usually outside when they pop in, but it's been a little hot here. So I'm glad she came in for some pets right now and to say hi. But anyway, thank you so much for coming to my channel. I do videos on real estate market updates. I also do neighborhood tours and really just give some tips to buyers and sellers on my channel. So if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe if that information is interesting to you, and hit the bell for notifications so you know every time I post a new video. If you want to follow me on social media, you can see more of my real estate updates as well as Zoe and her sister Cleo, so make sure you follow me there as well. So prices have really changed in the Phoenix area over the last year, and I know it's hard to have a grasp on what areas are affordable and what areas are not so affordable. So today I'm showing you a map and taking you through the most expensive areas of Phoenix as well as the least expensive. And we're gonna talk about the median home price. Let's just jump into that right now. So the median home price here in Phoenix is $405,000. And if you've been following my videos, you might recall that last July, the median home price for Phoenix was $315,000. So we've had a pretty significant increase over the last year in terms of that median home price. So let's take a look at this map to find out where you can find the median home price as well as the most expensive and least expensive areas of Phoenix. So let's start by looking at the most expensive areas of the Phoenix area because that's what you came here to see. So looking at the price range over $1 million, we definitely have a good share of that. And you can see right here and right here are the most concentrated areas. And what we're looking at there is Paradise Valley, along with North Scottsdale, Fountain Hills, and up into Carefree and Cave Creek. So there are definitely a lot of homes over $1 million in those areas if that's what you're looking for. Over here is the Central Corridor in Central Phoenix. Out here is North Peoria, so we've got a good number in that price range there. Kind of speckled throughout the West Valley in some areas. And then when we come over to the East Valley, you can see there are some areas of Mesa, especially the Northeast Mesa area right there. And Chandler and Gilbert have a few, especially South Gilbert down this way. And even over into Queen Creek and Santan Valley. So if you're looking to buy over $1 million, you're going to find the most in Paradise Valley along with North Scottsdale, Carefree, and Cave Creek, but you do have options elsewhere as well. So let's take it down a notch to $700,000 to $1 million price range, and the same patterns exist. You're just seeing a little bit more speckled throughout. So you still have your Scottsdale. If you notice here, Paradise Valley actually kind of dropped out. So Paradise Valley is largely over $1 million. There isn't much under $1 million. So we kind of have a hole there now. But the surrounding areas of Scottsdale, you get a little bit more of the Biltmore area, Central Phoenix, all through in here. North Scottsdale, Cave Creek, Carefree, up into the Anthem area as well. Still the North Peoria area. And then out here into the West Valley, you see a little bit more with Surprise, and we've got Whitman out there, coming down through Litchfield Park here, and a little bit here in Buckeye, not too much. You get a little bit more in Ahwatukee here. Now we can see that in South Mountain, and come into the East Valley. kind of the same pattern, but just a little bit more options here throughout Chandler, Gilbert, a little bit more throughout Mesa, which wasn't really there for the over $1 million range. So that's what you're looking at for $700,000 to $1 million as far as highest concentration of homes in that price range. Let's switch gears though. Let's go to the most affordable areas of Phoenix, and I know there's not really going to be anything under $100,000. A few options here. I am not sure if those properties are, it's like condos and mobile homes for the most part. So if that's what you're looking for, your options are limited, but they are there. 100 to 200,000 gets a little bit more here, a few more options, but still very slim. And you can see the highest concentration here is Glendale, some areas of Phoenix, North Phoenix, Surprise. What we have going here is Sun City. A lot of Sun City is age restricted in 55 plus communities, so just keep that in mind if you're looking in that area. And you notice that pretty much all of Scottsdale, Fountain Hills, Cave Creek, North Scottsdale, and Carefree, Anthem, all of those areas are gone. So if your price range is between 100 to 200,000, those areas are not likely to have what you're looking for as far as your price range is concerned. Let's go to 2 to 3, and you see a little bit more option here. There are some in Scottsdale. Again, highest concentration here in Glendale, Phoenix, Peoria areas, all right in here in Sun City. You see a lot. And then we've got a little bit more here in the Chandler, Gilbert, Mesa area, especially East Mesa here is a pretty big cluster. So hopefully that helps to see if you're looking between 200 to 300,000, 300 to 400,000. We get a few more options yet, and this kind of covers the whole map. There's a few places where you don't see too much. So Scottsdale and Fountain Hills, and again, Carefree, Cave Creek options are very slim there, between 300 and 400,000. But a very good chunk of options throughout the West Valley here along the I-17 out to Surprise through Glendale. And then now we kind of have Buckeye on the map and Goodyear a little bit more. So looking in those areas, Buckeye and Goodyear, your price range needs to be between 3 to 4 at a minimum, because we weren't really seeing a whole lot of options there before that. So 400 to 500, this is a very popular price range. Again, it follows a lot of the same patterns, but now we have some holes here in the South Phoenix area. We're getting a little bit more up north here in Anthem. Definitely filled in throughout the East Valley. So Mesa, Chandler, Gilbert, a lot more options. Ahwatukee is now kind of full there too. And North Phoenix has a pretty big chunk there as well. So if you're in that price range of 400 to 500,000, more options, but also more competition comes with that. It's a very popular price range for buyers right now. It's an affordable price range and with a lot of options. So that becomes extremely competitive. And then if we look at 500 to 700,000, this changes a little bit. You see a lot more in Scottsdale here, especially in the Old Town Scottsdale area. That's, it's Old Town, but then also the McCormick Ranch area, and kind of coming up through Central Scottsdale a little bit. So you have more options there if you're in 5 to 700. Again, you can see a drop off here in Tolleson, in Glendale, all along the I-17. If you remember, there were a lot of options in that 300 to 400 range, and now along I-17, not a whole lot if your minimum is 500. So it definitely changes as the price range change. I see a lot more in Litchfield Park here. We were seeing a high concentration in Sun City previously, and you don't really see that anymore over here. And then the East Valley fills in pretty well as well. So lots of options there. So if you're looking to buy in the East Valley or in Scottsdale,
This 500 to 700 price range is kind of a sweet spot. This is where we've seen the majority of options. And then of course, 700 to a million, there were quite a few as well. But really, this is a popular price range and gives you a lot of options throughout the entire valley, actually, depending on where you want to be. Now this is a great representation if you want to see where all of the different price ranges land on a map and the concentration of them all. In this, we can see kind of a larger chunk here of the darker color, which we talked about, which is over a million. So that's where your most expensive area of Phoenix is. And then layered throughout, now we can see a lot of green through these areas. That's your 100 to 200,000. So that's your least expensive areas. And then kind of speckled throughout here, we're seeing the 400 to 500 range with that yellow and orange as well. The blues are showing up too. That's the 300, 400. So this gives you an overall view of where the various colors are with this legend over here. So you can take a quick peek at where you'll find the highest concentration of homes in those price ranges.
So that gives you a better idea of the most expensive and least expensive areas of Phoenix. If you've been considering selling your house, hopefully this gives you a good idea of what your value might be as it relates to your area of the valley. But if you want to see something more specific, you can click on the link in the description below for an instant home valuation, or send me an email and let me know you'd like some more information. I can do a more accurate CMA for you that'll give you a better idea of your home value. As a buyer, this hopefully helps you. Areas of the valley are within the price range you'd like to spend. And if you want me to set up an MLS portal for you that'll give you specific homes in those areas that are for sale within your price range and other parameters, just reach out to me. I'd be happy to set that up for you as well. I've gotten so much positive feedback from many of you about the dog of the week, so of course I'm going to continue doing this. And I did notice that one of my past dogs of the week is still up for adoption. Every week I feature an adoptable dog at a local animal shelter here in hopes that we can find their forever home. So this week I'm talking about the Sunshine Dog Rescue, and Aslan is still there. I talked about him months ago, and unfortunately it looks like he still hasn't been adopted. Now, I don't know if I've been saying his name correctly. It's from the Chronicles of Narnia, and I will admit it's been a very long time since I've seen that movie. But Aslan is a 4-year-old German Shepherd. He loves other dogs and cats. He's potty trained, crate trained, and up to date on vaccines, but he is a little bit fearful of people, and it sounds like his relationship with humans has started recently. So they've been doing a lot of work with him to get him more comfortable, but he is a dog that's not for everybody. He does have to have the right home. So if you might be the right home and have the time and patience to put in with Aslan, definitely check it out. If not, maybe you know someone who is. So I've linked his information in the description below if you want to check that out and share his profile so we can hopefully help him get adopted. Also, keep in mind that every house I sell, I donate an adoption fee to a local animal shelter to either help with an adoption or just any supplies or things that they need at the shelter. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and watching this video. Make sure to check the description below for all those links that I mentioned. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me by call, text, or email, or just set up a time to talk with me. There's a link there to schedule a time to talk about buying or selling real estate here in Phoenix. I'll be back next week with another market update. I'm Caitlin McKegg with HomeSmart. Have a great weekend.